Coming up next, 5 excuses that will threaten your career, and then the type of employee that's outperforming everyone else. Very interesting stuff. And of course, we take your calls, and it all starts right now. All right, welcome to the Ken Coleman Show, coming to you live from our Ramsey Solutions studios in Nashville. You have now joined a conversation. And this conversation is not happening anywhere else, certainly not on YouTube. It's a conversation about your purpose, your unique role. You were created to fill a unique role through your work. That means you are needed, and it means you must do it. If you don't become the person that you were born to be, do the work that you were born to do, you're letting someone else down. Because you've got something that the world needs, specific people in this world. So we're going to help you figure out what that is, where you can do it, how to get there. That's what this whole entire conversation is about. And there's a wide spectrum of people that are watching and calling into this show. Some of you have no clue what it is. Some of you have a pretty good clue, but you're not quite sure how to get there. Some of you know what it is, know how to get there, but money or family or fear or doubt, shame, what somebody said to you is holding you back. So no matter who you are, where you're from, or what challenge is keeping you from being who you were born to be, you're in the right place. You have the answers. I promise. I'm a counselor, coach, and cheerleader all in one phone call. We'll change your name. We'll change your location, even the industry that you're in. If you're going through some type of junk, massive toxicity or abuse or something at work, and you need some help, Ken, what do? I'm at the end of my rope. This is a safe place for all of you. So no matter what your situation, you want to change your name, change your location, all that. The team's great at that, and we will honor you. 844-747-2577 is the number. 844-747-2577. Quick shout out to all of you that are watching live in the chat room. Give us a thumbs up if you're watching now live at just after noon Eastern Standard Time. Or if you're watching later, give us a thumbs up. It's right there below the video window. Subscribe if you haven't. And then if this is helping you and you believe it'll help someone else, share the show. It's one click. And I would be really, really grateful. We want to bring as many people into this tent as possible because we're all united around this one thing. We all want to make a difference in this world. I want to help you make your unique difference. But first, before we get to the phones, 5 excuses. 5. Look at me, folks. 5 excuses that I've made, I make, you've made, you're making. And these 5 excuses are literally threatening your progress, your career, your contribution. Here we go. We're going to roll through them really quick. They're so self-explanatory. Really don't need to teach a lot. But ask yourself as we roll through these, am I making these today? How do I actually do these excuses? Not just make them. How do I do them? I don't just say it, maybe a little different way, but how am I doing these things? I get opportunities and I say these things. Here we go. Number 1, I don't know how. Yeah, I know. Go learn how. It's called getting qualified. I don't know how. Yeah, well, somebody does. Number 2, it's not the right time. It's not the right time. It's not the right time. I need circumstances to be a little bit better. I need circumstances to be perfect. I don't know if there's ever a right time. I think we make the right time by simply beginning. Number 3, I might fail. Yep, probably going to. Wait a second, Ken, I thought you're supposed to counsel and coach me. I am counseling and coaching you, and I am confirming you're going to fail on this journey. Failure is what it takes to make progress. There's no progress without some level of failure. So this idea of I might fail, no, go ahead, stop making an excuse and go ahead and go, I'm going to fail, and it's going to be okay. Number 4, somebody else is doing it better. Again, not an excuse, Joe. This is the truth. Somebody is doing it better. Hey, I write books. Somebody out there is writing books that are selling more than me. Big freaking whoop. It's not about comparing myself to somebody else. It's, am I supposed to write books? There are bigger radio shows, bigger YouTube channels. My kids remind me of that all the time. Yeah, hey, it's not about that. Am I supposed to be doing this? It doesn't matter if somebody else is doing it better. Are they doing what you are supposed to do? The answer is no. They're doing what they're supposed to do. Number 5, it's going to be really hard and take a long time. Yep, probably true. Again, that's not an excuse. It's a fact. So own it. Stop using it as an excuse. Well, it's going to be hard, so I just can't do hard right now. It's going to take a long time. I got too much going on. Yeah, it's going to be hard, and it's going to take some time. Everything worth doing is hard. Everything worth doing does take time. And we don't know what the timeline's going to look like, but using that as an excuse not to start, not to show up, it's not good enough. So again, quick review. The 5 excuses that are threatening your career, threatening your future. I say them, and I allow those voices, when I say it, it becomes a voice that influences my action or influences my inaction. Because all of these threaten action. They stop action cold, just like that. Here they are again. I don't know how. It's not the right time. I might fail. Someone else is doing it better, and it's going to be hard and take too long. Those are excuses. And if you keep saying them, days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, months turn into years, years turn into decades, and you get to the end of your rope and you never did the thing you were supposed to do because of some really, really rational excuses. All of these make sense. In fact, I told you they weren't excuses, they were truths. I don't know how. Yeah, it's truth. You don't. It's not the right time. That's just completely false. There's never a right time. I might fail. Someone else probably doing better. Yeah. It's going to be hard and take a long time. These aren't excuses. These are facts that don't hold us back. We overcome these facts. We win despite these truths. What are you waiting on? Either you believe that you're created to do something unique, that you're created to do something specific, or you don't. If you don't believe, you're watching the wrong show anyway. You're in the wrong place. I can't help you until your belief changes. But if you do believe that there's a unique role for you to fill, you do believe there's a unique contribution that you're supposed to make, well, then what are we waiting on? Step into it. 844-747-2577 is the number. 844-747-2577. Remember, we'll change your name, change your location. I don't care how gross your story is. I don't care how scary it is. I can help, and I'm here to help you, even if you just need to talk. Let's go to Kayla in Sacramento, California. Kayla, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. I have found a great work-from-home position that I feel like I'm really qualified for, other than that they list in qualifications that they want someone who is a college graduate. I have about 3 years of coursework under my belt, but just haven't gotten the degree yet. So I'm wondering what's the best way to apply for this position and kind of downplaying that.
Yeah, I love this question. I want you to apply as though you've got a master's degree. Like when this comes up, you address it. You go, I've got 3 years of coursework. Here's what I'm missing. Are you missing anything specific to the degree that they are saying is required?
They don't even have a degree that's required. They just want a college degree.
Yeah. You see, to me, that's just somebody, that's just been policy, and they don't even remember how long it's been policy, and they can't even really defend it. And so in this case, I don't think you're a fraud. I don't think I'm hearing anything that says you're actually not qualified other than that one thing. But as it relates to the work itself, are you supremely qualified? Are you pretty qualified? Or are you barely qualified? Forget the degree, the rest of the stuff.
I say I am definitely above average qualified.
Then I say go for it. This is where your relationships are going to come in big time. Do you have any relationships? Are you using the proximity principle? Do you know anybody that works over in that company? Or do you know anybody that knows somebody that works at that company?
I have some feelers out with some relatives and people near where their office is located, seeing if I can get some personal connections there. So I'm working on that.
Good for you, because here's the deal. It wouldn't change my advice at all. I still want you to apply and go after it. Like, again, you've got a master's degree in the very subject matter that you're working in. But if we can get connections where they go, hey, Kayla's applying, she's amazing, and all they hear is how above average of a candidate you are. No, seriously. The way, I'm not saying they're going to say that way, but they're going to present you as a really great candidate. And so this is where my proximity principle, I believe, I'm going to say 9 out of 10 times. Okay, this is how confident I am in this. It will override the fact that you don't have the degree, because they're going to hear about you before they ever see your resume if you do it the way that I teach.
Okay.
So therefore, when they look at the resume and if you use the Ken Coleman template, which I highly recommend,
yes,
it says what I've learned, then I would put other qualifications and other things that you've learned. If you have any certifications of anything like that at all, is it relevant to this position at all? You got anything like that besides college?
Yeah, probably a few that are related to the position, but not extremely relevant to it.
Yeah, you know what I would do? Yeah, it makes total sense. If it's relevant, I'd put it in there, and I would list those things first. So they see 1, 2, maybe 3 things, and then I would put how many credit hours you have. Like I would.
Yeah, I'm not sure off the top of my head.
Yeah, but you get my point. Like,
yeah.
So what you could do is you could put in, what college did you go to?
City College.
Great, I'd put it in there. I'd put it in there, and I would put in there second semester or first semester senior, and then in parentheses college. Here's why. Do you know how much time most hiring managers spend scanning resumes?
Not much.
7.4 seconds is what the data says.
Okay.
So we get down to, and I put what I've learned at the very bottom, because I think education is largely irrelevant, and it is in this position. You know it, and I know it. So if we list out all these other qualifications, let's say there's 2, and then we put City College of Sacramento or whatever it is, right? And we put first semester, senior, X amount of credit hours, and then you could put this is how much is left. When somebody looks at that, you've been very open and honest, and if they've already heard good things about you and the rest of your resume is really fabulous, do you really think that's going to keep them from interviewing you?
I hope not. That makes perfect sense, though.
But my point is that's what we do. But we're working the relationships, because if they hear great things about you before you apply, and then you apply, and they get down to the very bottom of your resume, they may even overlook that. You didn't lie on the resume. You put City College in there, and you put exactly at what point you left, or how much you've achieved and how much you got left. They may look at that and go, oh, she's finishing up. They may ask you about it, and you go, yeah, I walked away because I really didn't need it. Based on this. Now, this is one of those situations where a degree is required, and that's how close I am. Hey, let it be what it is. We put too much stock in this stuff. So don't you dare shy away from applying for this. You go after it. You hear me?
Okay, thank you, Ken. I feel much better about this now.
You should. You know you got what it takes, don't you?
I do. Do
you think that degree really makes you a good candidate or not?
I don't. And
No.
I hope they don't either.
No. But here's the deal. You do what you do. You go after it. Somebody doesn't care. I'm going to tell you this. You use the relationships, and I don't want to say the word use. Somebody's going to judge me on that. You leverage those relationships to where they hear great things about you. They don't even care about the degree. Could care less. So don't sweat that at all. Appreciate the call. Let's go to Fargo, North Dakota, where Zoe joins us. Zoe, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken. My name's Zoe. I'm 16, and I'm in high school.
Wow.
But I have to self-pay to go online to school, and that allows me to work in sales. So I was wondering, should I continue to self-pay for high school and work my job, or quit and save for college?
When you say self-pay, are you in a private school?
No, it is actually a virtual option for a public school.
And there's a cost associated with it?
Yes.
That's
so
interesting.
Roughly, $3,000 a year.
Interesting. I'm really bummed that they're charging you for that with public school, but it is what it is. So you got $3,000 a year.
Yep.
And you are a sophomore or junior?
Junior.
Have you finished your junior year?
No,
Okay.
I will be starting it this fall.
Oh, okay, so you just finished your sophomore year.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
All right, so you got 2 years left, so $6,000. And you're in a sales position. Tell me what that position is.
Yeah, so I do cold calls for a business service company and set appointments for sales reps.
Interesting. Now, how much money are you making in that job?
Roughly $300 a week.
Okay, $300 a week. How many hours a week?
15.
Okay, not bad. And so your question is, should you quit high school altogether and get a GED? Is that what you meant?
Should I continue to pay for high school and work my job, or should I quit the job and save for college, going to school for free in person?
Oh, I see. Okay, I misunderstood.
That's okay.
Yeah, so, well, why do you want to go to college? Because to me, this is all about what's the best decision. It's actually, you're the one that's going to answer this,
Yeah.
not me. So why college?
I've heard that you learn skills there that you wouldn't learn other places, and I'm looking at kind of like the aerospace communications route.
Yeah,
So,
well, to me, that's why I say yes or no on college based on two questions. Is college the only
Okay.
way for you to get into the aerospace industry? Is it the best
No.
way? Is it
Maybe. I'm not sure.
That's what I want you to find out. And the reason I want you to do that, because that then determines, do we save for college? Because I'm guessing you prefer the online option for high school.
Yes, it's self-paced, and I'm very motivated.
Yeah. So, and you're saying if you were to go to regular public school, you wouldn't be able to work. So how would you save for college then? That's the only thing I didn't understand in your scenario.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense. I mean, like, then investing that money into, or like babysitting, finding smaller jobs instead of having a very consistent part-time job.
Yeah.
Like, it would just be, finding other jobs.
Here's what I think. I think depending on what you want to do in the aerospace industry, you need to talk to professionals. You need to talk to people that are in the industry, and this won't be hard for you to figure out. But if a college degree is required in a lot of science careers, you do need it. But the way you answered that question the first time, there might be jobs in the aerospace industry that don't require a college degree. So from that standpoint, then I wouldn't say college is the path for you. I only want you to go to college if it's the only way for you to get where you want to go, or if it's the best way. So again, find the answer to those two questions, then make your decision. If college is the only way or the best way, then yes, I would go to public school. I would work odd jobs, weekends, and I would save up the money for college and not put the money towards the online. Yes, ma'am. That's what I would do. You're awesome. You got this.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have, real quick before I let you go, do you have friends and family that can help you talk to people in the aerospace industry to get a good, solid answer to those two questions?
I have my student pilot certificate, so I am training, and I know plenty of people.
Perfect. That's what I want. That's what I want. And then that's going to make the decision for you, because you're such a good student and you're so disciplined. I love your path. And listen, if you got to wait a year to save up and work your way through, then do that. You're not going to be behind anybody, especially coming out with a good job in a great industry with no debt. Love that call. Love that. That is so fun. All right, for the rest of you out there, young Zoe is, boy, she's on her way. I mean, wow, love that. But for the rest of you that are thinking about switching, and by the way, the news coming out again today, Joe, people are leaving in droves. May was the highest amount of people quitting their jobs in recent modern history. People are leaving. They're going, hey, I want to do something else. And more of you are going to do this if you use my friends at ZipRecruiter. Let me tell you why. You know and I know that the job search process can be really sucky and yucky and not fun and intimidating and scary. That's why I decided to partner with ZipRecruiter. I said, help me understand how it's going to help the Ken Coleman Show audience. Here's what they said. One click at ZipRecruiter.com, you create a profile. Got your resume attached and all that jazz. They start shopping you actively. They've got unbelievable software. They've got just scads and gobs of companies that are paying them to find talent, so you don't pay. It's free. ZipRecruiter.com. One click, create a profile. They start matching you to jobs. And then here's the second part. The company gets interested in you. They contact you directly. So they really are a recruiter on your behalf. And did I mention it's free? It's the best way to get your resume and get your profile out in front of companies quickly and effectively. And that's why, listen to this, this is unbelievable. Candidates who are invited to apply, because the profile gets created, and then they say officially apply. Companies are asking you directly. There are 3 times as likely to get hired. Really excited to be partnering with ZipRecruiter. It's another tool for you. ZipRecruiter.com. Go today. All right, quick break. When we come back, we got Monday Momentum, some really fun updates from you, the people, and we'll talk about in the news, specifically what the research shows us about the type of employees that outperform everybody else. This is the Ken Coleman Show.
Our world is changing, but so are we. Now, we see a smile through someone's eyes. We conquer our struggles and cherish each moment because we are shielded through faith and assured by hope. And greatest of all, we love. The world is different, but so are we.
Welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show, where we help you get clear on your next step that will take you to fulfilling your purpose. So that step is so different. We have such a vast audience with different realities, but all in the 7 stages to doing what you were born to do. Get clear, get qualified, get connected, get started, get promoted, get the dream job, give yourself away. What stage are you in? We're going to help you get to that next stage. And I promise you, the clear path works. I did it. I walked it at the age of 33, starting out, figured out these stages, and I know they work because I've been there. So no matter what emotion you're feeling, no matter what junk you're dealing with at the office, I can help. I'm your coach, your counselor, and your cheerleader. What are you waiting on? 844-747-2577. One of the things we love to do at the start of each week is highlight real listeners and viewers. People on social media, people here on YouTube, people listen to the podcast, people listen to the radio show, Sirius XM, wherever, making progress. And they send us these updates, and we like to call it Momentum Monday. Up first, Steve writes in, "Hey, Ken, I wanted to let you know about our local multicultural family center and a teen career fair that was recently hosted for disadvantaged kids. Our office had a booth at the career fair, and since I'm a Ken fanatic, we thought it would be cool to help these kids work through your career clarity guide, which is one of our free resources at kencoleman.com. Considering many of these kids don't have family members who work more than a minimum wage job, they have no perspective on what jobs exist and what training or education might be needed to do work that they love. Going through your guide has had such meaning to them. You could tell they've never, ever connected to the concepts of talent, passion, and mission before. It was fun to see the light bulb go on." Now, I got goosebumps when I read that. Thank you, Steve, for sharing that resource. And again, we make these resources that are free at kencoleman.com, like the Career Clarity Guide, which is essentially walking someone through on their own pace, talent, passion, mission, what they do best, the work they love, and the results that they want to create. And to see it be used as a free resource and then given to kids that are behind the 8 ball in life at no fault of their own is just really, really rewarding and exciting. So folks, do what Steve did. Use the resources. They're free. Give them away. Share them. Thank you, Steve. Next, Mariella reached out on Instagram. She said, "Hey, at 20 years at one job, I finally got the courage to look for a new job that would have meaning. I was so overwhelmed with where to start, but you helped me. From the resume guide to the posts on questions to be prepared for, to the follow-up note after the interview, spot on every single thing. I nailed the interview and was offered the position I applied for. Just wanted to express my sincere gratitude. Now I have the confidence to move forward." I love that, Mariella. That's what it's all about, folks. And a reminder, I'm not posting videos of me playing with the family dog at Instagram. I'm not. We're putting out really good content. We do some fun stuff. The posts that are going bananas, by the way, a little bit of fun stuff, is when I walk in on Thursdays and Fridays into my area and we do a little throwback Thursday, a little song, and I do a really awful dance. So we have some entertainment there at Instagram. But more importantly, we've got great resources that are coming out in posts that are just, boom, I can read it and I can apply it. So that's really, really fun. At Ken Coleman on Instagram. Check it out. All right. Very interesting article in the news. Let's see what's going on. This article comes from CNBC, and actually a professional friend of mine, Adam Grant. I've had the privilege of interviewing Adam. He's a best-selling author, a social psychologist, and this guy does incredible research, has great insight. And so I wanted to share this because, again, from CNBC, an article at their website, 3 types of employees and the one that outperforms everyone else. This is really good. And this is from his book, Give and Take, A Revolutionary Approach to Success. And so there's 3 types of employees. So I love these things because this is so practical. So are you one of these 3? Uh-oh. This is where it gets a little bit of a light shine on all of us, and it's good. First are takers. Now, these are the employees that see the world as a hyper-competitive race. They don't think anybody else will do anything good for them, look out for them. So they're all about thriving and surviving. Thriving in order to survive, right? It's about their interest and only their interest. Their survival of the fittest. Matchers are the next type. Now, matchers basically match what is done to them or done for them. It's a reciprocal action only. So, for instance, somebody does them a favor, they repay the favor at the same level. No more, no less. When they help someone, they expect someone to help them back. Matchers. Ooh, I think we all got some matcher in us. I think if we're honest, we all kind of like, I want to do what's right, but I would like someone to do something back for me. Certainly on the back half of that descriptor. Now, the third group, givers. Givers focus on more than themselves. They pay close attention to what people need from them, whether it's time or ideas or relationship. A rarity in the workplace. Their style is how we treat family and friends, and this is nothing more than the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. This is straight from Scripture. Givers. They see their work. They see their time. They see their talent. They see their mission as greater than themselves. Folks, that's what we talk about here. If you're in your sweet spot, you use what you do best, to do work you love, to produce results that matter deeply to you. Those results are always about other people. So here's the deal. When you're on purpose, you're not working for you. It's bigger than you. That's the whole philosophy of the Ken Coleman Show. So, of course, givers are going to win. They're way more successful, but they don't always appear the most successful. Because the takers, these are sometimes the people that have the bigger stats. But givers, they have a better win percentage. Long haul. They're more successful long haul. It's like, I bring everything back to sports. And, if I use basketball as the analogy here, you can use a lot of team sports. But, you got the athlete that's got all the stats. They rack up the yards. They rack up the points. Blah, 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 blah. But they aren't contributing to the team. They're almost a cancer on the team. Everybody stands around watching them shoot. See, givers are like that great point guard. They rack up the championships when it's all said and done. Influence. That's what givers are about, influence. Takers, they're about scoreboard only, stats only. Stats versus influence. And matchers, well, they're just trying to get along, go along, don't want to stand out, don't want to ruffle any feathers. I'm not going to really invest. So what are you? Are you a taker, a matcher, or a giver? Fascinating stuff, because the data shows that givers win. They win big. And the reason is people want to work with them. People want to promote them. But you got to be careful. There's an underside that he mentions, and I think this is worth mentioning. Here's the thing about being a giver. If you give, and you never receive, some givers get so unhealthy that they don't receive. They don't allow someone to bless them. They don't allow someone to help them by asking, will you help me? It's all about giving. And if you're not careful, giving becomes so much of your identity, and it gets out of balance. And at some point you give so much that you have A, nothing left to give, or B, you just become a doormat and people abuse it, take advantage of it. So be careful. Be careful. There's always an underbelly, or the way of looking at it is always a position where you can get out of balance with a wonderful, wonderful strength or a wonderful, wonderful passion. You can just get out of balance. You got to be careful. Really, really good stuff there from Adam Grant and CNBC. All right, back to the phones, 844-747-2577, 844-747-2577. Indianapolis, Indiana is where we go next. Don is on the line. Don, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken.
Hey, Don.
I've been working for this company for like 3 years. Not really happy where I'm at. Most of my problems are probably with the coworkers and having much of a future at this location. I've thought about transferring maybe to some other locations, but I'm really kind of wondering maybe if I'm in the wrong industry.
What's making you wonder that?
I'm not sure, I guess, because I used to be in construction and, I enjoy being outside. Now I'm kind of stuck working in a retail location.
Uh-huh. Are you in retail sales, customer service, manufacturing? Tell me what you're doing now.
It's like part sales.
Okay, and what did you love most beyond being outside when you were in construction? What did you love most about construction? Anything?
Just that you're able to see like progression a lot easier. Like if you're doing construction, if you're, digging a basement, you get to see what's done. When you finish doing a final grade for a house, you get to see what was done, how things changed.
Yeah.
Working in retail, you're dealing with numbers and stuff like that, but you don't really get to see anything that's a finished product in a way.
All right, so we've been kind of talking about the present and a bit of the past. I want to talk about the future. What do you dream about doing, Don? What do you think of? And you don't have to have a job title, but what would be what you would call a dream job where you're using what you do best to do work you really enjoy to produce a result that really matters to you, connects to you? What would that be? Describe that.
That's where it throws me the curveball, because I enjoy doing that stuff so much, but then I also enjoy like finances and helping people and
okay, wait a second. Wait. All right, that's good. That's good. So you enjoy the when you said that stuff, what did you mean by I enjoy doing that stuff, but I also enjoy finances?
Well, most of the books I pick up I've read a lot of Dave Ramsey books and stuff like that, but the personal finance and improving yourself.
No, I know. But before that, you said I enjoy doing that stuff and finances. Was that carpentry, construction work?
Oh, that was mainly excavating work.
Oh, excavation.
Yeah, so like heavy, I owned my own trucking company at the time, so I worked with a lot of construction companies, so we would dig basements for new homes or
why'd you get out of that?
Gravel for new roads and stuff.
Why'd you get out of that?
I got drawn somewhere else and actually made the mistake of pulling my energy away from my business and then trying to grow another avenue, another
so
business.
Did you sell that business?
Really work out well.
Did you sell it or shut it down?
I sold it off. Yeah, I shut it down. I just liquidated my assets and moved on. So.
And you're in good financial shape now?
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal.
Got nothing to worry about. We almost got the house paid off. We got enough money in the bank. So.
Oh, dude, wait a second now.
So I'm just lost.
No, you're not.
The biggest problem.
You know what? You're actually not lost. You're not lost at all. I think you're suffering from a lack of confidence.
Okay.
True or false?
Yeah, I can see that. Yep.
So what are you not confident about? Why don't you just go ahead and own it? Because I just pointed it out. Be specific. Say, here's what I want you to finish the sentence. Ken, I am not confident that if I did this, I could win. Fill in the blank. I am not confident that if I did, fill it in.
An operator, heavy equipment operating.
Operating a vehicle?
No, like heavy equipment, like excavators and.
So you don't think you could win at that? Hello?
Oh, actually, I do. I do. I'm just
You've done it.
nervous about making a switch. So I've operated enough equipment. I think I could do it.
Yeah, and you do it for yourself. But what I'm interested in is you didn't mention money. You didn't mention financial advising. Is that something that let me ask you this. Would you, let me give you a scenario and I want you to pick from it because I think you've given me the answers. I think we just got to arrange them. If,
Okay.
Don, you could get back into the excavating work that you did before and you're back in as you're doing your own thing, okay? You don't get distracted this time. And you go do it and you win like you were winning before, and financially you're in great shape. So you're going to go about it the right way, I'm guessing. And so if you could do that and get the excavating business back up and running, and you maybe became a financial coach and did it on the side, or maybe you just, started teaching FPU classes, or you got the business up and running really well, and then you decided I'm going to become a full-time financial advisor and I'm going to let somebody else run my business and I keep both. I'm trying to give you several scenarios there. Which one would you pick? Or would you just want to go full-time financial advising? That's the last piece. Which one would you choose?
I'd probably enjoy the excavating more of it.
That's what I think.
That's what I think. Maybe doing like some mentoring or something.
That's what I think.
On the finance side.
I think you give back, whether to be your wife and you to couples or young men, or do a financial class for men and show them how to lead financially in their home. I mean, dude, you can go a lot of different ways with this. But I think the fact that you've won before, what'd you get distracted by when you left the business, the excavating business? What distracted you?
A family business.
Yeah, okay. Well, we know that was a mistake, right?
Yeah.
All right, so what's it going to take for you to get back into the excavating business? What's it going to take? What needs to be true? Give me the first 2 or 3 steps.
Probably just finding a job doing it.
And then you build up and you get your own truck eventually again?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, dude, Don, listen, you're financially sound and you're almost done with baby step 7. This is the time, man. You chased the family business. It didn't work out. Big deal. I want to make sure that you don't have any shame hanging on you about that. You tried it. You're still, look, it didn't set you back. Didn't set you back at all.
No.
Financially, you're in great shape. So it's not what I would even consider a mistake. It was a distraction. You tried it. Now you're clear. I want to be in excavation. I love the big trucks. I love digging stuff out. I love the project nature of it, the finishing, the execution of it, and I can still give back financially. I think that's the deal, Don. Now's the time, man. Don't wake up 20 years from now regretting this. Now's the time for you to do what you were born to do. You going to do it?
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Proud of you, Don. Thank you for the call. That's what it's about. And by the way, quick reminder, this is why being financially sound, being financially in a place where you can actually pursue the dream is so, so important. Think about how comforted Don is right now. Don doesn't have to wait 5 to 7 years. Don can make a change, and he needs to, and I believe he will. All right, that is going to do it for me. Thank you for joining us. Remember, you matter, and you do have what it takes. Before you know it, we'll be back with you again. Until that time, this is the Ken Coleman Show. Press on.